to the Loud 1.7 WBZ, y'all. We got the chef in the building, y'all.
Hey, Macon County,
what's
how
up?
you doing tonight? Hey, Facebook Live, how you doing tonight? September the 5th, 2019. The last time we will ever see this day. Hey, but it's a special day for me. My oldest daughter, Bree, was born this day, so
Okay.
I got to say happy birthday,
Happy
Bree.
birthday, Bree.
birthday, Bree.
What's up?
Born on September the 5th.
September
Okay.
5th.
Yes,
All right.
yes. And there was quite a few other people born on September the 5th.
That's right.
You know, so just happy birthday to hey, Swamp Dog birthday September
for real?
the 5th. Yeah.
Swamp.
What's Swamp
Yeah,
Dog?
Got him
Dog
September
birthday
baby.
September the 5th. A lot of
Yeah, September
babies.
That's
Well,
Yeah,
it.
my wife was born on the 1st. September the 1st.
Kennedy.
Okay.
Yeah, happy
Kennedy
belated birthday
Coleman.
again
Yeah,
to my
also
wife.
Kennedy Coleman.
Yeah, her birthday on
Copeland. Oh,
Copeland.
Copeland. Okay.
Hey.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Her birthday, Kennedy Copeland. Yes.
Okay,
yes, yes.
gotcha.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Happy birthday, everybody.
Everybody.
Hey, happy birthday, everybody. If your birthday was any time this year, happy birthday to you.
That's it.
Anytime this year.
Anytime this year, happy birthday
That's-
to you. So, hey, Macon County, like I said, Facebook Live, getting ready to get started on the show. But first of all, you know I got to do this. 100.7 FM, WUBZ with DJ Booty Rush at Hear Me TV. Tuskegee Virtual TV, channel 181 in town, channel 19 on TU campus, with Pat Wallace, director, Kim the Wright, and Jordan. Hey, we got Ladrina in the building. And we got CBTV.
George's back there
As
hiding
always.
behind that camera.
Why
see?
she hiding back behind the camera?
She hiding. I don't know why she's hiding.
I don't know why she hiding.
Got
I
them
don't
Yeah,
know
I
why
called her out.
She got them corn braids
That's right.
in her head.
That's right.
Hey, but you know what? Definitely good day having Pat Wallace back.
Okay, we got the
Hey.
instigator
my
back.
buddy,
Hey.
my buddy is back. And you know, I
That's
didn't want to
right.
do the challenge tonight because it might strain him a little bit, might make him sick, and we didn't want no excuses
Yeah.
tonight.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we let the challenge go tonight. But
We
I
let it go.
definitely miss my buddy, and it wasn't no fun beating Booty Rush all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm the king of the challenge, and I just got tired of beating Booty Rush.
That's funny.
Yeah,
He already know that we weren't gonna do it, so he just did it
That's
anyway.
funny. That's funny.
I didn't let it go, you
That's
know.
That's what the loser bracket always say. That's what the losing bracket always
right.
says. Ain't that right?
Yeah.
That's
but
right.
Pat, man, great to have you back, my friend.
Well, I appreciate
You know,
it.
I've been talking about you and saying bad things about you.
I
talking
know.
Talking about your 3-letter name and just all this stuff. But man, I felt bad, man, and I miss you, my brother.
Well,
Shake
I
my hand,
appreciate it, man.
You know you my
Yeah.
partner, man. You
You
my
know
brother,
it.
man.
You know it.
Yeah.
But man,
But,
just
yeah.
good to have you back, man.
But you know, I got to thank all the people that have reached out to me while
Yeah,
I was
yeah,
ill.
definitely.
You know, it's been pretty serious here.
Yeah,
but there are
yeah.
a lot of people that have been showing love, and I really
Right,
appreciate
right,
that. And I
right.
know I can't name everybody,
Right.
but y'all know who you are.
That's right. That's right.
So I really, really appreciate that.
Hey man, but when times are hard, loved ones, friends,
That's right.
That's
they
right.
step
Come
up front,
through.
man.
That's
They
how you
come
see
through
who your
for you.
real ones are.
That's
right.
That's
They
how you
come
see
through
who's
for you.
real. That's right.
They definitely come through for you, brother. Definitely come
Yep.
through for you.
Okay.
So
Yep.
before we get tonight's topic here, we're gonna talk about Charlie Thorne at Facebook Live. How you doing? Thanks for joining us. Betty Johnson is watching. Hey Betty, thanks for joining us. Brenda Brown.
Brenda Brown.
Hey Brenda Brown.
Brenda Brown.
And that song there from your grandson was really nice,
Yeah,
Brenda.
nice song.
Thank you. And I do have my cold water tonight. Astasia Jackson, how you doing tonight? Thanks for joining us. Booty Rush is here. Lisa Tinsley is here. Thanks for joining us. Joshua Garner, how you doing? Betty Johnson, good evening. Hi, Sheriff and team, looking good. Thank you for your service, and thank you too. Sabrina Reed, hey, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. Mike Provo, hey, my brother, how you doing?
Mike.
Thanks for joining us. McQueen Umi, hey, family, peace
What's
and
up
love.
with me?
Who me?
Blessings, you safe, Sheriff. Nice to see Patrick on the show, and it is.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm sorry, blessings and be safe, Sheriff. Nice to see Patrick on the show. Let's go. That's nice.
Yep.
Mike Provo says, "What's up, my Sheriff and family and radio crew? How
What's
you
up?
doing,
What's
brother?
up,
What's up?
Mike?
Lane Berry is watching. Hey, Lane, how you doing? Adriana Mitchell is watching. Thanks for joining us. Afrida Williams, hey, Afrida, how you doing? Thanks for joining us. McQueen Umi says, laugh out loud. Don William Hammock is watching. Hey, how you doing? Kenneth Aaron Copeland is watching. Hey, Kenneth Copeland, how you doing? Hey, our friend Joe Turnham says, update to Sheriff and all Lifetime Natural Organic Farm is days away from the USDA certification in harvesting their vegetables out there at the organic farm.
Oh, that's
They
good.
also have response from White Foods and others.
Whole Foods, yeah.
Oh, that's a whole. Okay, he said, wow, okay, just a typo there. Whole Foods, yeah, and others. Thanks to Macon County Sheriff Department for your role. Popeyes at Exit 38 is open in September. Your team is in. It keeps going away, y'all. I can read and everything, but it's just going away.
Yeah.
Your team is integral in our collective success. Thanks. We got to stop this. Thank you. Rita Dean is watching. Hey, Rita, my old friend there. How you doing, Rita? McQueen Uma says two-step beat.
Yeah, that song.
That's two-step beat. Yeah.
That's right.
Erlene McClendon is watching. Hey, Erlene, how you doing? Rita Kennebrew. Hey, Rita, how you doing? She says, hello, Sheriff and Company. How's everyone tonight? You guys are having much fun. Yes, we always do.
Have fun. We always have fun.
Look, Rita, you had a birthday, and we want to wish you happy birthday, too.
Happy birthday, girl.
Happy birthday. We weren't on the show that night, but happy birthday to you. Joe says Whole Foods. Yes, sir. We corrected that. We appreciate that. We knew what it was. Sup, y'all. Albert Clanbull say, sup, y'all.
Sup.
Now, let's first go to peace and release the beast.
That's it.
We're going to hold the beast down tonight. Joe Turner says much more happening in the economic front as we work as a team. Keep hope alive. And thank you.
There you go.
And thanks for your hard work, Joe. Jimmy Thomas is watching. Hey, Jimmy, how you doing?
Jimmy,
and
what's up?
Erlene says hello and be safe and thank you. Veronica Reese is watching. Hey, Veronica, how you doing? Hey, our friend Roberta Crenshaw, how you doing?
What's up, Roberta?
I know you're out there busy, Roberta, and thank you for all you do. She says, good evening, everyone.
What's up, Roberta?
Clarence says, awesome team, strong rendition of the Bad Boys song. Good to see you three around.
Hey, it's good to be back.
Good to see you three around soundboard again after as many weeks. Cheers and slank, no mace. I truly enjoy y'all show, Investigators now with standings. Jackie Dennis is watching. Hey, Jackie, how you doing? Kiana Provo, K, how you doing, K Provo? Thanks for joining us. Hey, our friend Mike Berry is watching. Hey, Mike, how you doing, man? And y'all, Mike been also down. He had back surgery, but he up and walk around again.
Good.
So we have to say a prayer for him and tell him, to keep recovering.
There you go.
And keep the prayers going.
Right. Keep it going.
Kay is watching and she's waving. And hello again. And Mike Berry says hello again. War and Peace is watching. Hey, Bree. And happy birthday to you, baby. Take care of yourself. Bree. Kiana Provo says, what? ASASU? What that mean?
ASU. That's what she trying to say.
That's what she trying to say. But what in the world does that mean?
That means they're going down.
No,
I think
that's all we say.
I think she means that they're going down in flames.
Oh, that's what she means.
Yeah.
Well,
that's what she got to mean.
Thank you for that, Ms. Provo, and we'll see you at the game, and we'll say who, who, and all that. It's going to be TU. You know.
That's
there
it.
You go.
And
that's
ASU.
funny. That's what the topic is tonight.
Yeah. Hey, ASU is going to be dancing in the flames,
says,
baby.
Out of town, listen to y'all tonight. And you be safe out of town, Brenda Brown.
That's right. It.
And you don't have to worry about coming back for no water because I got my water tonight. So you fine, okay? And I'll call you if I have some problems.
Okay.
And Warren P says, hey, y'all. But no, we can't say that because Jordan has been doing a great job.
Yeah,
we always get the fresh fruit.
Fresh.
Back Door and Miss Back Door and Jordan, they take care of us.
Yeah.
It's always nice, fresh fruit here. We enjoy that.
Big shouts out to him for fixing his roof part right here, too.
Oh, they fixed the roof for you,
Yeah,
too?
right there. That little area right there.
Yeah, but don't show it.
Don't show it.
Don't show
it. But that's everybody on Facebook Live.
Okay.
And the people here in the listening area, Macon County, and everywhere that's listening, we're going to talk about sports and how it affects our young people's lives tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
And football, whether it's football, basketball, golf, cheerleading, track, whatever. All sports definitely. I got to read the share report first.
Okay.
That's what she over there trying to say. Everybody's so excited we didn't even read the share report. So I'm sorry, y'all. But one great thing about the share report, only 7 complaints.
Ooh,
hey.
In a week's of time, only 7 complaints.
Hey.
So that is great.
Let's give a big
Give
round,
him a round
of applause, man.
That deserves a round
only
for
answer
sure.
7 calls.
Big round of applause, y'all.
Hey, and definitely the sheriff report is the most important because we got to keep our people informed.
That's right.
On what's going on in our community. Mm-hmm. And, that lets us not only know what's going on, but also how to protect ourselves.
Absolutely.
Right.
So, having a commitment to doing this and let you know what's going on in the community, whether it's good, bad, ugly, you need to know.
That's right.
And one of the more important things is that when you tell the roads and where they are, people can know that there's activity over
Right,
in that area.
right,
So
definitely.
they can keep their eyes open. That's why
That's
I
right.
tell
Definitely,
people
definitely.
to listen and make sure if you hear your road, that means keep your eyes open.
That's right. Definitely right. Definitely
Watch for
right.
your neighbors, especially these elders.
That's
That's
right.
right.
You gotta
Definitely.
look out for the elders.
Definitely, definitely.
You know, yeah.
Between the dates of August 30th to September 5th, the Macon County Sheriff Department received 211 volunteer fire transmissions, 1,154 landline calls, 243 E911 calls, and 1,065 radio transmissions for a total of 2,673 contacts.
Wow. Now, see, that's really low.
Yeah,
Because
yeah.
last year, I think
mean-
we were starting to taper off a little bit. We were getting like 5,
6,
6.
7.
Yeah.
5,
Yeah.
6, 7. This time of
Yeah.
year, we
That's
start
right.
tapering off, but definitely around, we hit 7,000, 8,000
Yeah.
calls.
That's right.
In
That's
a
right.
Yeah.
week's time, contacts in a week's time, then that's a whole lot.
Way
Definitely we
down.
down to 2,673.
That's darn good.
And definitely we've been low all summer.
That's right. It really has.
It definitely has been low all summer, 2,500, 2,700.
Yep.
But not much more than that.
Yeah.
And that's a blessing.
Yeah.
Well, I think a big part of that is being present and visible in the community.
Yeah.
I see the sheriff's vehicles everywhere.
Yeah.
And
You
that's
know.
what we do. That's what we try to do.
Right.
We definitely got to be visible in the community. We definitely
Yeah.
got to ride.
Right.
I tell my guys, you can't come sit down at the sheriff department, just hang out.
Yeah.
When you get to work, you start riding.
That's right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You go to these schools, you make sure the school zones are safe. You make sure that the schools are taken in well, make sure the kids are safe. And after you do that, which is far more important than doing anything, and making sure our kids get in school safe.
That's right.
And make sure that people are staying and driving at a safe speed, to keep from endangering our kids, especially while the buses are riding
Right.
and letting kids off and on. So you're definitely going to see us out at the school zones and in the schools in the morning, and then we'll start our business.
That's right.
Yeah.
And our business at hand will be answering calls and just kind of going through the neighborhoods and making ourselves visible
Right.
until we do get calls.
Right.
And people don't know, we definitely have a lot to do. During the course of the day, because we handle the court system, we handle mental patients, we handle transports. We do a whole lot. We have to serve papers,
Right.
All the civil papers, all the warrants. We do warrants. It's a lot to do during the course of the day for a sheriff department.
Right.
Besides answering calls,
Right.
So most of our job is definitely riding around and answering calls, serving
Yeah.
papers. Checking on people and different things like that.
Right.
And in the midst of all that, I tell my guys, stop by some homes, stop by and knock on some doors and make sure everybody's all right. You
Right.
see people on the porch, stop by and talk to them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I always have a smile for them.
That's right.
And in
Yeah.
doing so, also, you can be in town doing the same thing.
That's right.
Right.
So
That's how you do it.
Yeah, that's how you do it. So we definitely
Yeah.
ride. We're definitely visible.
Right.
We spend a lot of gas, but the gas is important.
That's right.
Yeah.
The gas is not important to me. When you riding around and doing your job.
That's right.
You got to pay for something to keep everybody safe, and that's okay with
That's
me.
right. That's right.
Yeah.
So that's a great thing.
That's right.
But
I think that visibility is a key, though.
yeah, it
It's-
definitely
yeah.
is a key.
Is that when they
You
see
know.
that people are rolling
Yeah.
all the time and they're not far away,
Right,
I
right,
think that
right.
kind of puts a damper on
It
something.
right.
does. It
Yeah.
Think
definitely
about
does.
it.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely does. And also, I said we answered a total of 7 complaints. Only
Yeah.
7 doing that's averaging only 1 a day.
Wow.
Wow.
And that's a blessing.
Yeah. That's really
Yeah,
good.
I see some tough ones on there, though.
But the one I don't like, the first one is on 8/31 we had an arrest for domestic violence.
Oh
Yep.
man.
See,
That messes it up.
that
everybody.
messes up.
that
yeah.
messes up
Yeah.
the whole list
Yeah.
right there.
Yeah, but on 9-1 County Road 10 we had a burglary.
That sucks too.
Yes, it does. But that tells you on County Road 10, everybody need to be watching out.
That's right.
for
In that
somebody
area, that's
burglarizing
right.
homes.
Somebody's breaking in.
So that's
something.
telling
Yep.
you keep your eyes open for your neighbors.
That's right.
That's right.
Make sure you report any suspicious vehicles and suspicious activity anywhere.
Right.
And no call is too small. Anything you see, we'll definitely be glad to hear. So protect your neighbors, man. Protect your neighbors. And that's on County Road 10 where this burglary occurred.
It's a lot of elders live out there too.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got to look out for them too.
Yeah, definitely got to look out for
Yeah.
them. 9-2 County Road 36, we had a confiscated gun. On 9-2 Yarborough Road, we had an assault third. On 9-2 I-85 southbound rest area, we had a property damage. On 9-3, we had an arrest for a probation violation. And on 9-4 County Road 9, we had a vicious K9.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Ooh.
yeah. And having a vicious K9 is dangerous.
Real dangerous.
People, please keep your animals, if they're vicious, keep them locked up, keep them in a fence, or keep them tied up or whatever you need to do, because we don't need to be endangering our people that's out walking the streets, your neighbors, especially our kids. We don't need to endanger them with a vicious canine. If you know your canine is vicious, please lock them down. And that way they don't have to call us, because ain't no telling what we might have to do.
Right.
And definitely we don't want to do anything to hurt you or your canine, your animals of any kind. So please keep them locked down if you know they're vicious.
That's right.
You know, but then some dogs don't show that they're vicious until
I
certain
tell you
moments.
what.
Yeah, that's right.
So you definitely have to be careful anyway.
They're the most dangerous ones.
I told Chief Frazier he's got a vicious attack dog that rides around with him. You seen that thing, right? I told her, I said, nobody's ankles are safe.
Yeah.
Nobody's ankles are safe.
Hey, but you kidding, but those little dogs be the mean ones.
They will be mean
Man,
as
those be
dirt.
the little mean
They
ones.
got
there.
that small complex.
They got
that they got that
small
complex.
man complex. But definitely we was talking about what we were going to talk about on the show today, and we were talking about athletics because we had a big game coming up between Tuskegee University and Alabama State University. Definitely a rivalry. Definitely looking for some good things from the Tuskegee University team, but also from ASU too, because it's definitely going to be a great game. It's a big rivalry, and both teams always play hard. And I tell everybody, I talk to people, and I say, look, I'm with ASU every day of the year except the Turkey Day Classic game, or now the Labor Day Classic.
Right.
I'm with Tuskegee, all the way. So I can't be with Alabama State on that day.
That's right.
But every other day, I'm with Alabama State.
Right.
Two great schools close by. I definitely got to play in the game. When I played at TU, definitely a fun game. Definitely a lot of feelings, a lot of hard work in the game. And,
Serious
you
rivalry.
Definitely have to see it or be a part of it to experience.
That's right.
What goes on in this game.
It's a serious rivalry.
It's
feel that
serious
energy.
rivalry.
Serious
You
rivalry.
feel the energy.
Yes.
Yes.
Feel it, boy.
So ASU does have a little advantage. They had a game last week, so they got one under their belt, and they've gotten the kinks out.
That's right.
And so they should be ready for Tuskegee, but Tuskegee gonna be ready for them. You know what I'm saying? It's all about the heart. I tell my kids it's all about the heart. It's all about playing that game. You got to get out there and play.
That's right.
And one thing you can't measure, and that is heart.
That's right. You can't measure that.
You can't. Your ability, all of that, your speed, your strength, and everything. You can't measure that heart. Man.
Yeah, that's
you
right.
got to get out there and play this game hard.
That's right.
Right.
You got to play it real hard, and that's how you win this game.
But that goes to what we're talking about today, and that, how organized sports like this really actually help the youth by instilling discipline and all these other things. Because
definitely.
I mean, really, it takes a lot of discipline to do
really
that
do. It does.
on a high level.
It does.
Really, I mean, it takes a lot of commitment,
Right.
a lot of extra working out, and just really just going above and beyond,
Right.
so that you can be better than the other team.
Right.
You want to be able to defeat them. But you want it to be fair, of course.
Right.
Everybody wants it to be fair. And so this is what we were talking about tonight, and how these team sports can really show people how to work with others, and how, just cooperation,
Right.
and all these things. These are learned skills,
Right.
that people take into other parts of their lives, So that's why we were talking about this tonight, in that, all of the different sports, not just football, but basketball, all of these things, folks got to
Softball,
work
baseball.
together.
Softball,
They
cheerleading,
got to work together
track,
as a team.
Tennis.
Everything.
Everything.
That
Yeah.
requires teamwork. But one of the aspects that we did talk about that's very important as a parent, and as a player, was the educational part of it.
Absolutely.
Right.
One
Exactly.
thing
Absolutely.
about playing Pee Wee football like I did and coming on up playing through high school and in college, you had to keep your grades up.
That's right.
Yeah.
You had to be disciplined, and you had to keep your grades up, and it wasn't no way my mom and my dad was gonna let me get on that football field, on that wrestling mat, on that weightlifting team, or do any of the things that I did if I didn't get my lesson.
Right.
And the same way with the school, because you had to maintain a certain grade point average
That's right.
to be on the team.
That's right.
So, a lot of parents think, well, they just out there playing sports. That's not all it is. You have requirements
That's right.
to help you stay on that team, which are good things, because you had to keep your education part of it
Right,
up. You
right.
had to maintain
Right.
your grades.
Right.
And not only maintain your grades, you had to learn teamwork. You
That's
had
right.
to learn discipline.
Discipline. That's right.
And one of the more important things that a lot of people have told me, my nephew that passed away last fall was saying that it's time management, You got to know how to
Definitely.
manage your time.
Right.
Definitely.
I mean, you have to give yourself enough rest so that
Right.
you can absorb your classwork.
Right.
Right.
But at the same time, you got to put your whole heart into
got to.
this
Yeah.
physical stuff that you're
Right.
doing in practice.
Right.
Well,
So, yeah.
it is definitely hard to be an athlete.
It is.
Yeah.
I don't care what sport it is. It's definitely hard to be an athlete.
Yeah.
And I can speak on in high school, the same way. You had to do your homework. You had to go out there. You had to work
Yeah,
out.
right.
Besides working out, you had to get on the field and practice. Besides that, you had to get all your lessons. And then
That's
you had
right.
to spend time with your family.
That's why they call it. Go ahead.
Good. But in college, it was at a whole different level.
There you go.
Because you practice and you put so much more into it, into the football, but you still have to accomplish all these other goals. And I always think back and I tell my football players now and I tell my kids how tough it was for me. One of the things I did, we would practice. I would have to go to class all day.
Right.
After class, we had practice. And then how do you have time for your homework? Man, I would come from practice as tired as I can be. I would go to bed.
Go to bed. Go
Take
to
me
sleep.
a nap.
Yep.
And at 12 or 1 o'clock in the morning, I would wake up and do my homework until 7, get my shower, and go to class.
Right.
So it was quiet from 12
Yeah.
or 1 to
I
7
did
a.m.
that. I did
Steady
that.
better.
Yeah,
And
I
that's
did
how
that.
my body was trained to do that. And that's how I made it through.
You had to find
gotta
time.
have time management.
That's right. That's right.
You
That's
got to
it.
find out what's best for you.
That's right.
Yeah.
Definitely not missing any classes. Definitely not missing any assignment.
That's right.
And that made me a better person.
And you know what?
You
These
know.
are extremely important life skills that you
Right.
take on
Extremely,
into the
extremely
future,
important.
especially time management. I know some adults now that it just goes in one ear and out the other. They can't get it. And they don't manage their time well, and they find themselves sleeping during the day.
Right. Sleeping
And
during class.
Yeah, and so, but that's a lack of discipline,
Right.
in terms of management of
And
your
that's
time.
why they always say is a student athlete
Student athlete.
Yep.
instead of athletes.
It's a
student
whole
athlete.
different
You know what I
thing,
mean?
yeah.
And when I was in school, they call it no pass, no play.
Oh,
That
yeah.
mean if
That's
you didn't
right.
pass the
That's right.
courses,
You couldn't play.
Yeah, you
That's
couldn't
right.
play.
That's
And then
right.
everybody always try hard to meet those requirements.
Right.
And if you didn't meet those requirements, they was real strict on that. Really,
That's right.
Really strict.
Yeah, they were
Right,
hardcore.
They go to the teachers, be crying, and somebody got this and I got that. Please pay me. Blah,
No,
blah, blah.
that don't
But
matter.
They're not
it
hearing
didn't
it.
work.
They're not
No,
hearing
that
it.
didn't work,
that
man.
didn't
They're
work.
not hearing
work.
it.
So
No.
it was no pass, no play.
Well, I'm speaking on Tuskegee University because I know if our football players don't maintain that grade point average, other hours they need because you got to have 12 hours.
That's right.
Stay above 12 hours a semester. And if you don't, you will not play.
That's right.
It's no exceptions to that.
That's right.
And
Right.
that's great with Tuskegee. You know what I'm saying? I'm okay with that because you're not there to play football.
That's right.
You're actually there to get an
Education. That's right.
The plus is getting a scholarship or getting some money to play football, which you take to your advantage. That way you can get an education. That's a free way, a cheap way to get your education.
Right.
But you got to stay dedicated to those
That's
books.
right.
Right.
That's right.
And one thing Coach Slater believes in is education.
Education. Right.
These kids have study hall now.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Some of them fuss about study hall, but if
Right.
you don't have a great GPA and you're a freshman or whatever, you going to study
Study hall. That's right.
If you're upperclassman and you don't have the GPA, you going to study hall.
That's right.
And it is mandatory.
That's right.
Yep.
You better not miss the study hall. You're going to have those bing bing. And that's what we call it.
For the people out there, what is the bing bing?
Man, you know that hill on the back of Logan Hall, that big steep hill?
Yep,
Okay.
Yep.
You run from the stadium up that hill past Logan Hall. That's one bing
Bing
bing.
bing. Okay, so
Oh,
they
wow.
all
Man,
understand
that
what a
is
bing bing is.
Hey, look, and you have 25 of them
Oh, see.
for
Oh,
the first
see.
miss.
Oh, see. No.
That's
Oh,
discipline.
yeah.
Hey, and you meet Coach Slater out there at 5 in the morning.
Right.
Ooh.
And you know
Exactly.
he
Exactly.
mad because he got to get up.
Right.
You ain't finna miss one of them. You better
That's
run them
right.
all.
That's
and
right.
You don't play.
That's right.
And that's
Yep.
a great thing.
That's right.
But you look at all our schools. You can start with Tim's, Tuskegee Institute Middle School. They have a little football team, great football team,
Right.
and they are there to compete.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? But also on that level, they got to do their work.
Yeah.
That's right.
And then you talk about Notasulga High School, Booker T. Washington High School.
That's
Same
right.
way.
That's right.
They're here, great teams, and they're there to compete, but they got to get that lesson.
Got to get that
That's
lesson.
right.
And people talk about, athletes don't do this, athletes don't. No. Most
Yeah.
athletes are smart.
That's right.
You
Right.
can't put a person that's not smart out there to learn those plays and
right.
learn them so quick.
That's right.
right.
The formations,
And the
all that
formations
stuff.
and all of that
And
stuff.
then to be able to go on the field and get into the proper place.
Right.
Yeah, that does
and
make a
then
difference.
know what's going
That's
on.
right.
Hey, and we see our
Mayor
favorite here, Johnny
Johnny.
Ford,
Yeah,
walk
what's
in here.
going on,
And
brother?
we
All right.
know, man,
Yeah.
hey, brother, how you doing? And we definitely know he was an athlete too.
That's
so
right.
he can talk about some of the stuff dealing with sports.
That's right.
And our young men and our young women.
Absolutely.
That's right.
Who are definitely out there being athletes.
Yep.
These are very smart, intelligent young people.
That's right.
That's right.
And while they're out there practicing, while they're studying, trying to maintain their GPA, while they're going to practice, while they're going to games, guess what? They're staying out of trouble.
Staying out of trouble.
Yeah.
They're staying out of trouble.
That's right.
It takes up a lot of their time.
That's right.
You
You
right
know,
about
they're
that.
staying out of trouble.
Staying out of
You know,
trouble.
there was a young man that I talked to recently, and he had recently graduated from a school in Montgomery, and he got recruited to go to University of Alabama to play football.
Right.
And so through the course of being oriented with that, he at one point decided he didn't want to do it. And when I asked him, well, why didn't you do that? You know, it's a great opportunity.
Right.
He said, man, for University of Alabama, you have to practice every single day of the year.
Wow.
And he said you don't even get Christmas or Thanksgiving off because you play in a game somewhere.
Right. That's right.
He said, man, my studies are more important than that.
That's right.
And so he said, I opted out because I didn't want that conflict.
Yeah.
Because I know what level I'm gonna have to operate on.
Right.
And so he made I think it was a pretty smart decision.
Right.
You know, because like we've been talking about, that mix of your academics and the discipline to be on the field like that.
Right.
Everybody can't do
Everybody
that.
can't do it.
Everybody's not cut out for
That's
that.
right.
You know, they might be cut out for one or the other.
Yeah.
But not everybody could do both of them.
right.
And so it was very keen for him to think about that before he even made that commitment.
Right.
And so that's a good thing, because sometimes you have to know when it's not for you.
That's right.
You know, and that was that was a good thing that he told me that. And I was asking
Right.
you know, a bunch of people about that. But University of Alabama is super hardcore. And think about it, as much as they win, think about what you have to do in terms of practice and cerebral and thinking and stuff like that to play on that level.
Well, look, you
It's
got to
way
look
above.
behind the scenes.
That's right.
Yeah.
You got to look behind the
That's
scenes.
right.
Right.
Those guys are not that successful just because they just a football team.
Right.
These guys are successful because they practice.
Practice.
They practice.
have discipline.
That's
right.
right.
They have commitment.
That's right.
That's right.
That's why these guys are successful.
That's right.
And any football team that's successful going to have those attributes.
That's right.
You got to have
You
them.
got to have them.
You got to
Serious
have them.
discipline.
That's right.
And most of these guys, especially on the D1 team, they spend the whole year
Right.
together.
That's right.
That's
at
right.
that school.
That's right.
You know, they don't take days off.
That's right.
None.
They don't take vacation.
None.
You know what I'm saying? And we were just talking about Tom Brady's team. Tom Brady's team and their coach said that after they won the Super Bowl, they were going to be together the next day, getting ready for the next year
Wow.
without taking any days off.
Wow.
Yep. That's it.
365 days of the year, and it shows on the field.
It really does.
Your mediocre teams are the ones that don't come to practice, don't have any commitment,
Right.
always got an excuse about doing things.
Yeah,
Right.
that's right.
If you have an excuse about missing practice with Alabama,
Yeah.
you have a excuse about missing practice with the New England Patriots, I guarantee you won't be on that team long.
That's right. That's right.
It won't happen.
It won't happen, man.
Definitely won't happen. Hey, you missed Tuskegee University a time or two. You won't be on that team. And that's the truth.
That's the truth.
Because later don't play that.
That's right.
And we can't do that.
That's right.
You know, that's a recipe for disaster.
Disaster. That's right.
Not only will these kids make us lose, but they will get injured out there. And that's a
Right.
whole nother
And get
story.
somebody else hurt.
That's right.
Right.
You got to get your body trained.
That's
you
right.
got to get your mind trained, your body trained, your condition, your physical aspect of this game to even be out there.
That's right.
Even if you're a cheerleader. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has to lift weights. Everybody got to know these moves. Everybody got to know and be in sync with each other.
That's
Right.
right.
And cheerleading is a sport.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And they have to do the same thing that the other athletes do. And I mean, it's great for me because as an athlete, it got me many places that I wouldn't be.
Right.
Right.
And that's with a whole lot of people.
right.
You know, it opened doors for a lot of people. But I'm so proud because of the commitment it taught me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The dedication it taught me.
Absolutely.
You know, it's just good. It's just good.
And if it wasn't for the athletics, there's a lot of people that wouldn't even attend school.
Wouldn't even
Right.
attend
They
school.
wouldn't attend school. I
Right.
mean, they would have been left school, been dropped out or whatever. So a lot of times, you know, sports keep them dedicated to school. You know what I mean?
Right,
Even
right,
high
right.
That's
school,
true.
elementary
That's
school,
right.
or whatever kind of school they are in.
And you know what? Some of the students that aren't the best students are motivated because they love playing.
They love
Right.
playing.
That's
and so
right.
they
love
make
playing.
it they make it a priority.
That's right.
To make
do.
sure, you know. I've had athletes at Auburn when I was going to Auburn. I've had the athletes reach out to me to help them in certain classes. You
Right,
know?
right.
So I mean, they do. I mean, because they want to be on the field.
Want to be on the field.
They're gonna do what they got to do.
They do what they got to do.
And that's part of that discipline too.
Yeah.
You got to be disciplined.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
Definitely. So I know we're gonna play another song for the drop, but I know it's time to hit that.
Well, let's go ahead. We're going to play a little some of this Hitmaker King, Hitmaker
Yeah.
Man again, and we're going to play some of that a little bit.
Okay.
Let's go.
Okay.
We'll be right back after
right
these messages,
back.
y'all.
Yep.
Hitmaker King.